All right, Mr. Taliaferro TV, how's everybody doing? Y'all know I'm no hater, and I gotta big up other people when they do interviews. I just had an interview with Trouble, but obviously I was doing one right before a flag football game, so I only had a couple questions. But the Breakfast Club got to sit down with Trouble, an artist that, I'm not gonna lie, outside of Moneybagg, he might be my favorite down south artist right now. Maybe, just maybe. I gotta really think about that, but Trouble's one of my favorite. Told him that to his face, told him I think he's about to have that year. And I like his music because I really believe in it. I think it's genuine music. I believe in him. I know a stand-up nigga when I see one. I've been around a lot of these dudes, and he just seemed like a stand-up individual who ain't lying for records. And that energy carried over into his interview with the Breakfast Club. Him and Mike Will made it. Visit the Breakfast Club, and that interview is on their YouTube channel. And Trouble said something. Y'all know I dig deep into things. And Trouble said something that stood out to me in that interview. They asked him straight up and down about Atlanta rappers, and off the bat he said Atlanta music is trash right now. I don't listen to a lot of it, right? And I'm not misquoting him or anything like that. And then they asked the question to Mike Will, what do you think about the Atlanta music scene? And Trouble hopped in on his answer, and he was like, you know, I like a few, you know, Trouble, Mike Will is a producer, so he was trying to, you know, show love to Atlanta. He was like, I like a few guys, and Trouble stepped in and he was like, it's trash. So again, Mike Will answered the question how he wanted to, but I thought what Trouble said was interesting. They asked him about some of the artists coming out of Atlanta, and Charlemagne specifically brought up 21 Savage, and Trouble was like, you know, he all right, he doing his thing. I ain't hating him, but I ain't listening to him. He almost is answering questions too real. And, you know, they asked him about other Atlanta artists that he thought was dope. No mention of the Migos. I think Charlemagne brought up 21 Savage, and Trouble was like, he got a couple club bangers, but he ain't really talking about nothing either. You know, and Trouble did list a few of the artists that he rocked with. I believe he said Outkast, the Old Tip, the Old Jeezy. He listened to some Pac, some Boosie, Ghetto Boys, a couple of artists he mentioned as well. But again, he made it a point of emphasis. Also, he said he listening to Lucci right now. Salute to my dog Lucci. He made it a point of emphasis to really not just get behind the wave of the Atlanta mumble rap scene. And I thought this might be a very influential moment in music, right? Call me crazy, but rarely do you see an Atlanta artist not just ride the wave. And y'all gonna say I'm just riding because I'm a Trouble fan, but rarely do you see an Atlanta artist just not ride the wave. It's not good business sense to be like, no, I don't like all that music. It ain't talking about shit. And a lot of y'all dudes feel it. A lot of people around feel it. I know I feel it. I don't got a reason to lie, you know, and I've covered events with some of the most popping artists in different cities, especially in the Atlanta area. But right now, I like listening to that music where I hear some struggle and pain, and you know, and I'm more or less listening to an artist like Trouble, a guy like Lil Baby. And it's tough to just ride the wave of some of these artists who they can find the right beats, but they ain't really talking about that struggle and pain. This might be a very important moment in Atlanta rap music. I thought it was worth noting that Mike Will said Trouble is his favorite artist. I know he was right next to him, but he said Trouble is his favorite artist coming out of Atlanta right now as well. And man, hey, Trouble just left it all on the table. He said, look, I'm not really listening to a lot of music in the Atlanta area right now. He said when he's in the club, he'll listen to a little of that mumbo gumbo. If he's with a snack, I believe is what he called it. But he said he grew up off Boosie, Tupac, Ghetto Boys, Outkast, Old Tip, Old Jeezy. He's not necessarily listening to the new wave. And you know, he said he wasn't listening to a guy like 21 like that. And he said no disrespect to 21, but he's like, I'm not listening to his music. And I think it was worth noting that he didn't say guys like that, you know, are in your face, like a Gucci, Amigos, a Future. That meant something. Trouble meant something by that. And I think we need to stamp this as maybe an important moment. If you got Atlanta artists acknowledging that some of this music coming out, or most of this music coming out, the stuff that's atop the charts is not fulfilling to the old Atlanta's, you know, that moniker of the T.I.s and Jeezys who used to really give you a lot in the bars. But a lot of guys are feeling this though, and Trouble's one of the first rappers to come out and say a lot of rappers are just coming out saying anything because they know it's going to be a hit on the radio. And I think he also brought up the fact that it's like we want all the music dumbed down to us instead of having to really think through some shit and be like, damn, this real. Everybody wants everything dumbed down to us. And I thought that was a very powerful interview from Trouble. What y'all think about these comments though? Talk to me in the comment box below. Who's your favorite down south artists, maybe your Atlanta artists, mumble rap artists, y'all talk to me in the comment box below. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about what Trouble said and what I said as well. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty. Yeah.